Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody is really doing well. And welcome to this live stream. It's 15th of May 2022. And I'm TMV, your friend here. I hope everybody's really doing well. And, you know, uh, so far, you might be feeling very FOMO on the BTC and all these things, whatever the charts we're watching. But I think you should take a break a bit actually, because yes, definitely we're gonna see some nice moves on the BTC. And yesterday I played two scalps as well. Also, I just posted. It's weekend, so it's a volatility is low. I posted in Watch Wealth group as well that the volatility is going to just dump, and that's what with the low volatility, you're going to see some nice ups and ups and downs move. But basically, guys, we're just going to discuss the lower some time frame and the HTF plans for the BTC. Now, before we go to jump onto the BTC, guys, I just want to wish each and every one of you a very happy weekend. Just enjoy your weekend and spend time with your fam. And probably, from tomorrow, we're just going to start nailing again. And tomorrow is going to be a very nice day, because I'm not sure how the lunar eclipse works, but everybody says that tomorrow we're going to see the our final maybe dip. But you know what, there is a very possibility that we might not dip actually the way people expect to 24k, and we might just go to the levels of 27.5, 27.6, and then pump from there to 33, 35, 6 levels. So let's go to the charts, and then probably we're going to discuss what two scenarios I have on the lower some time frame for BTC. My HTF plan still intact. Now let's go to the SPX first. Now before we go to the BTC, you need to understand that why SPX and traditional market is very important. Because nowadays, as you are seeing the move on the Bitcoin, it's very much correlated with the SPX and the traditional market. It's like SPX dumps a little, Bitcoin also, either it just don't pump, or maybe it just also start crashing. Even SPX, just basically just moves up. BTC just have a very high volatile move. Now, as I mentioned on the Twitter as well, I'm a few days back as well, I posted this, SPX bear flag. If you remember, a tweet called SPX bear flag. And that's exactly what we are watching, guys, an SPX bear flag. And this is one of the biggest bear flag that I'm anticipating for SPX. Remember what BTC did when, SPX, like this bear flag? Well, if you just don't know what exactly BTC did, this is your BTC chart and the bear flag for the BTC, guys. I just want to show you the bear flag. I don't have the bear flag on the BTC. Yep. So here is your bear flag, guys. Up. Yep. So here is a bear flag, and BTC also did a very nice fake out. You see, if it got trapped, a lot of people at 48,200 and 48,400 on the various exchanges. And after that, what happens is we just start dumping and just went too deep. Well, that's what even I'm anticipating for the SPX. So you got a very nice, dump from here, and then like a bear flag over here. And now I'm anticipating, the minimum targets for SPX, in my opinion, should be somewhere around the levels of, from this practically 5,055 to $5,300 levels. That is, the red box is practically going to be your exit, or basically the take profit zone across the board. This green candle, I just bought a lot of stonks in the SPX, and I do think that we just going for a nice reversal on the SPX. Basically, it's like we just should be looking for a very nice upside move on the SPX. Definitely you might see some sort of a retrace, and then probably retest, double bottom kind of thing, and then probably go upward like this, a breakout, a retest, and then look for a big breakout move here, liquidations across the board, and after that it just goes into this red box. I can't say definitely that what exactly going to be our target unless I see an impulsive moves. But looking to the overall structure that we have in here on the SPX, one thing I can definitely say is this red box is going to be your top for SPX, from like 5,130 to 5,477. I know the range is pretty much big, like 6.6% range, but that's absolutely normal, because if we are literally targeting like 60% move on the SPX, as if you see here from the bottom, it's like we are targeting minimum 30% and 40% move on the SPX. So the range on the SPX would be around 30 to 40, 32 to 40% range on the SPX, practically the upside move. So you can imagine what BTC is going to do when SPX do makes the new all-time high, guys. Well, that's something you need to keep in your mind, and that's something you need to understand, that yes, 12,000, 10,000, 8,000, even 20k levels sounds very, very cool. Everybody wants it. Honestly, even I wanted to buy BTC, lot and lot of BTC at 10k levels and 12k levels. If it just gives us right away, I'm just going to buy everything. I'm just going to sell all my properties, my investments. I'm just going to liquidate all my investments and just go all into BTC. Honestly, if you really ask me, I'll sell all my gold, silver, whatever I have, commodities. I just gonna sell everything and just go all in BTC. But honestly, that's what everybody is going to do when BTC literally goes there. So it's like, you know, either we're not going to go to those levels before we just make the new all-time highs, and this is like a kind of a reset that we are watching right now. My original plan I posted in October was an irregular expanded flat. I was also looking for irregular expanded flat like what SPX did in 2020, SPX did in 1970. So it's like, but then, you know, considering the wave counts that we have on the Hartham time frame from here, I was like, okay, I think running flat makes more sense at these levels. Now the running flat is invalidated, and now it's like we are in the midst of, you know, having irregular expanded flat, and it's going on. So what you need to anticipate here, or what you're looking for, or what you should be looking for, is, you know, that irregular expanded flat target should be anywhere. So it's like the way we did it like this, you know, similarly the irregular expanded flat should also be doing like this. It's practically go up to the levels of 34, 35 and levels, and then probably one more dip down like this, and you start the bull run on the SPX. So whosoever is waiting might be for 18k, 20k, or even 9,000k, 9k, or whatever. I think most likely we all going to get front run very, very hard. But ladies and gentlemen, do remember that, you know, if you really want to play this, I think spots are going to be the most crucial and important for us. Now, the spots, if you're buying anything under 30k levels, is amazing. Anything, it's going to be, or even I would say anything you're buying under $28,000 is amazing. Just buy on the spots. As I already mentioned, I already added 50% of my spot backs on the BTC, but my average entry so far is 30,400. So practically, I still have, you know, big USDT bag, which I'm looking to add. Anything under this green box or the green fibs that we have are like 23,130, 24.4. So anywhere near to these levels, and I'm literally deploying almost like 70 to 80% capital in the US in the BTC, and then probably I'm going to save the rest 20% putting into the alts. Why? Because I do think that alts are literally going to blast. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing from me, you know, the public, you're hearing from me for the first time, because I've been saying this like few months back in my corner in the Walsh Wealth group. Everybody knows who are there on this live from the Walsh Wealth group, that, you know, I've been talking about the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, I also posted a few hours back as well. Well, BTC dominance is perfectly playing out the plan. In fact, I was here when I was mentioned that we are going to reverse and go to the levels of 46%. So now we are here in the 40, you know, almost we reach the 45% levels. I'm anticipating that one more push up towards 45.8 and maybe 46%, and then after that we just dump down to the levels and go to the levels of 35.4%. That's going to trigger a big all season across the board, guys, and that is going to be absolutely the last all season you're going to ever see after this. What's going to happen, because if you're literally playing this range, it's going to be like, you know, this kind of a range. Yeah, you need to test the levels like this, and maybe the BTC is going to be the king, and that's why, you know, accumulating a lot of BTC over here is going to be amazing, because those BTCs can literally buy hell lot of you know, alts actually. Okay, yeah, basically it's like, okay, so that's a very nice question. Why only 20%? Because remember, you know, what happens is it's not going to go straight down. So I also explained this in the Walsh Wealth group. You know, what happens is when we are talking about the wave counts, let's say the BTC dominance, even if it goes down, it will go in the 5 waves: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what happens to the alts basically? So it goes like this. So let's say the green line is your BTC dominance, and similarly what's going to happen is BTC. So BTC is going to have your wave, big wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what happens is normally the BTC move we are watching here, like let's say your BTC is yellow and now the alts are going to be blue. So what happens is the alts are going to, you know, go slow at the moment, and then you know, as soon as BTC finish its first wave over here and then start retracing back, so then also are going to start having wave 3 of 1 to 4 of 1 and 1 of 1. So practically then they are going to dump for the wave 2 like this. So practically it's like, you know, BTC reaches its first wave like this over here. It goes very fast. It will be the first to reach quickly, and then probably once it start dumping, also are going to pump from here to here. And that's where, you know, you start converting your money, your BTC to alts. Like you start longing BTC alt pair, or you just start convert from BTC to alts. And that's how normally I have played in the 2020 bull run, and I'm intending to play this time similar way, because you know, you should have, my main focus is to accumulate more and more and more BTC. Finally, that is what my main focus is, and that's what, you know, I'm going to go in BTC. I'll have some USDT pair that I think that, you know, I'm just going to start deploying in few of the others like Solana, DOT, Atom, and maybe, you know, some other cool alts like SXP, like shit coins like SXP, those who have nice products and have capability to pump. For DeFi coins, maybe, you know, maybe anything. It's like Sushi, it's a dead coin honestly, but $1 is awesome for Sushi practically. And all few of the alts, then I'm just going to allocate 20%, like a, you know, like a long-term bag. I'm going to build for all that. I'm not gonna touch till, you know, the bull run ends. Actually, I won't even hedge. I won't even do anything unless and until I see a big reaction on the wave 3. I'll hedge my bags at the wave 3, because you never know, the wave 5 can literally have a turmoil, and it just, you know, dumps very fast. So you never know, it can even have a truncated wave 5. So I hope you understand this logic as to why I would be going in BTC 70-80%, and then probably I'm going to just deploy 20% or maybe 30%, depends on the, you know, alts. So why I will have a major bag in the BTC, you know. Well, whatever you are seeing on the Bitfinex, on the BTC longs, you don't know exactly the story behind what is going on in the Bitfinex. You can only see the longs are going crazy, but that's something a big hedge is going. So which, you know, people don't understand. Maybe I will take it later on, but for now I'm just focus on the technical analysis of the Bitcoins so as to finish it. So my view on the SPX, yes, we are doing very nice. I mean, the confirmation is very clear. Don't short any stocks. It's like the buy the dip on the stocks, whatever the dips you get it tomorrow, maybe the week, but we are literally going to run from tomorrow, guys. From next week, I'm literally seeing the whole market pumping. It's going to be a very wild, and it's just going to pump. So don't short anything unless you know what exactly you are doing. Now on the stock side, okay, I'm not talking about the crypto market, but on the stock side. Now similarly, you know what, even I'm thinking from the total perspective. Total, as you can see, the wave counts I have, like irregular, expanded, flat. I do see that this is your final wave 5 on the total, and you know what I'm seeing here is on the final wave 5, we are in the wave 3 of 5, and you see a capitulation across the board. But what I'm saying is one more test down to the levels of 1.13 trillion makes more and more sense. Now let's say even if you go for a truncated wave 5 of 3, then it's just going to go to the levels of 1.13 trillion or even 1.11 trillion, and then probably pump it back up to the levels of testing the range lows around $1.5 trillion. And that pump on the total would be your biggest wave for that. People would be like, we are bottom, we are pumping again, bull run vibes, and in the middle, you know, we start depressing the market again by sell-offs happening, you know, out of nowhere, and then people will be confirming we are in the bear market, fuck, we are done, and all this shit. We just might wig probably, and you know, just start moving back up. So total, yes, I'm just saying, 1 trillion is going to be absolutely the best levels, in my opinion. 990 to $1 trillion. The wick is like, and that probably I'm expecting after, a dump. I'm expecting after this big wave 4. So practically the wave 4 can be either a retest of this, what we are watching, or it's going to be somewhere around 1.44 to 1.46 trillion. But this makes more and more sense on the total. Now, after this total, I also explained my plan on the BTC dominance. Sushi, for now, it's going to dump, my friend. As I mentioned, $1 is the best levels to accumulate. I've bought a lot of sushi on this dump, sold some at 1.6 as well, but I'm holding my long-term bags and I'm going to DCA more, even if it goes to 0.8 or 0.7. I don't care, because you never know what exactly the bottom is going to be along with the BTC. So now let's talk about the BTC. Well, this is the Binance chart. On the higher term time frame, I also mentioned that we are most likely be forming a very big broadening top pattern, and also we also have a nice confidence with the week of distribution. As many of you guys know what exactly the week of distribution is. We are just having a swing failure pattern, and then probably I'm looking for another pump to the new all-time highs. I'm expecting a pump towards 75, maybe even 78k levels, but that's what I'm anticipating on the market. And I'm not expecting it to break down anywhere under 18k levels, as I already mentioned in the few days back over my live. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the lower term time frame on the BTC. Whatever we are seeing right now, I have two plans on the BTC. The first plan is the yellow one. That, yeah, this is ABC, what we saw first. Like this is your A, B, and C, and this is like A, B, C, B, and then we're going to have C, and then probably we maybe hold around 27k, 27.5 levels, and that is going to be absolutely a nice buy zone for BTC, forming a very nice harmonic as well. And we take off from here and go to the levels of 38k, maybe even to the levels of 36k levels, and practically from there we start to have one more wave down towards the levels of 24,000 levels on the BTC. I mean 24 to 23.6, as I mentioned, the Binance. Every exchanges are going to have their waves. The targets would be different actually on every exchanges. For spots are different, for futures are different, so it depends. But this is like, let's say your first plan, the yellow chart, the yellow line I have. Now let's say BTC literally breaks above the 31k levels, then it's going to be like you break above 31k, and the wave counts are going to be different. Then this A is nothing but your wave B that we're watching, A, B, and then we started 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It goes to 33k levels. Also, there might be a very nice harmonic might form here. If you look at the structure, the 786 or 886 makes more sense over here, and we might just go for 1618, which takes BTC to the levels of 32,570, and because everybody would be looking for shorting BTC in the supply, and we might just literally get front run on the supply of the 1618 extension do we have here. So I'm just also going to monitor this, either the yellow count or the red count. So how are we going to play this yellow and red count? So basically, two ways you're going to play. Now, let's say the BTC goes up to the levels, goes down to the levels of 886. I think the best is you to long here with a very tight stop loss. And if this plan literally plays out, your take profits first is going to be 30,764, like a fake break up, like a fake break up of this fake breakout. People are going to get trapped here, fake breakout, take all the liquidity, and then probably, we just stay inside 886. 30,764, and it's going to be like A, B, and then we just dump down probably to the levels of 26,801, forming a very nice maybe descending triangle here, an accumulation. Maybe even can have a wick inside to the levels, maybe. But definitely how are we going to play is, this is how I'm looking to play, to maybe have a scalp around $29,000 with a tight stop loss of 28.6, and then taking profits here. But if you literally dump from here, it would also mean is this is your B, wave B here, and then we are going to dump to the levels of 27k levels, and that is something you're going to lose 1 hour over here, but for long from here will definitely make you more than 15 hour setup, because 27.1 with the stops under 26.5 gives you best risk reward you can ever have it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the plan that I have for now on the BTC on the lower some time frame. HTF plan I've already mentioned. One more thing that I was looking to is there is a probability that we might be forming a big bullish wolf waves on the BTC. So if that is the case, and if you're literally forming a bullish wolf waves on the BTC, then how BTC should play, that this is your wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 like this, and then pump. So something like this we might just literally do. So how it should play out, well, it should go something like this on the BTC, goes to 3730, and then a fat dump to the levels of 23,000 bucks, and then probably start pumping back up to the levels of this. And that's how the bullish wolf waves might literally play out on the BTC, and just something we need to watch. So I think if the way the fundings are at the currently at the moment, but if you just look at the fundings, I would say the fundings are pretty much every time we start going now under the levels of 29 or 28k levels, the fundings are started turning negative, which means people are literally shorting. It's like, keep in mind that your 28k now is your 40k levels. And every time we go under the 40k levels, the funding start turning negative, when we were literally accumulating here. So currently exactly we are doing, wherever we go under 20k, 28.5, even 29k levels, the funding automatically starts turning negative. People are literally shorting, anticipating that we are going to dump. A big crash is happening, but they forget, the volatility is cooling off. The volatility is done. So what exactly you should be looking for is, whatever the moves we are going to see with the low volatile, and any moves with the low volatile is going to be, is going to have a big reversal. Either it is a pump or a dump. So right now, whatever we are seeing a dump on the, basically on the volatility, I think the volatility is cooling off, already cooled off, honestly. The only thing, we can have a big dump is, let's say in the past, in the history we have seen, after this big dump, we see one more push up and then further dump. Every time we have seen like this, and this. So the possibility, we are at a bigger support at 3.67. Possibility that on Monday onwards, we might again see a big volatile move on the BTC, literally taking BTC down to the levels of, 23. And if this bullish wolf waves is invalidated, then probably this is how it should play out. So I think for now, I'm looking on the lower some time frame. I'm looking for longs or for scalps over here. And if you do reject at 30,764 and goes under the levels of 3,300, so on retest of 30,300, I'm going to short BTC with a stop sub of 30,764, and the take profit targets is going to be 27,000 to 27,500. So that's what that's what I'm looking for on the BTC, guys. So on the lower some time frame. Now also, if you talk about some of the alts that I personally like it, well, I personally I'm looking for few of the alts, of course. First is your Mana, because Mana, the metaverse, had a very nice bounce, and on the lower term time frame, I do see the 5-wave structure over here on the bullish 5 waves. So practically I got some nice scalps over here on the metaverse yesterday, and I'm still looking for one more upside on the metaverse, like Mana, like 1.4 to 1.45. That would be a first wave, and then probably dump down to the levels of 0.75 and even 0.71, like 0.886 Fibonacci levels practically. So metaverse is looking good. Perfect 5 waves so far. We are having it over here, so making it very bullish. I don't know what exactly this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be. Either it is X or A, or it's like starting off a new cycle. I don't know, but whatever we are going to see, it's going to be amazing. I think the best buy on the metaverse on Mana especially would be around 70 cents to 70 cents to 73 cents, I think, for the spots, of course. Now let's talk about a few of the alts, and I also I'm watching is Chili's. Chili's also having a very nice move so far, and this can be A, B, and C, and we just finished the big move on the Chili's maybe, but the way we are holding this, might possible that this is like A, B, C, and WXY. So practically it's like a fake out, and people going to get trapped, and we just dump from here to the levels of 0.09 to something. So this can be a very nice move on the chilies. And after that, I'm expecting it to be, if this is B wave, should hold and then look for one more upside on the chilies. So chilies looking so great. I'm expecting some accumulation and forming a range on the lower some time frame here, trap more bears and then push up. So practical chilies also looking awesome over here, guys. Not exactly over here, but over here. I mean, on the HTF, yeah, somewhere around this zone is a very nice levels to start accumulating, your spot bags on the chilies, of course. Now, also, I'm looking for, let's have a look at the Solana. Where is Sol? Solana. Where is Sol, I think. So I'm also looking for accumulating big bags on Sol. Since yesterday, I posted my charts in Walsh Wealth, where I mentioned, I'm looking for a crazy bounce from 45.8 to 44 levels for this move. I think this is good doing, you have a clear 5-wave structure on Sol on the lower some time frame. Well, if you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you have a clear 5 waves. That's like a big A. So practically this is like A, B, and C, W. Another A, B, and C, maybe X, retesting 54 and then dump to the levels, or maybe this is your B as well. So practically B might be in and we're going to straight pump to the levels of 64 and even 68 levels. There is a very high probability, because Sol looks amazing. I took profits. I was having a nice scalp over here, but I have took profits. I just want to see how the price action develops. But this is amazing. This is a very nice range on the Sol that I'm watching right now. The best, in my opinion, is we do reject, test the levels of 54.4. Might look for shots here and then reject, dump down along with the BTC and go to the levels of $40 and even 39. That's where you start accumulating Sol, because that is going to be like A, B, and C is what I'm looking for on Sol for a lower some time frame move, like for a short term. Now for the bigger, I would say, if you really want to have a long-term bags on the Sol, well, if you just go to the daily charts on the Sol, let's have a watch on the daily. Let me just hide it. The charts. Box, trend line, promotion. So yeah. So we have this chart on the Sol, and what you would want to see here is it's a very nice range that we have from April 21 on the Solana, and that's your range highs. Currently we are in the inside your range highs, and we bounced perfectly from the equilibrium around 38.8, and that's a very nice levels for the Solana. But right now, we might just, if you go for maybe a fake breakout, like trap here, like a deviation of the range, and then go further dump down inside these levels and do something like this on the Sol. So that is going to be a very nice buy. Anything under $20, like the first level is going to be this, and we also have hell lot of liquidity inside this. It's like a big liquidity pool. So definitely I'm expecting these 3 levels to be taken care of. So 22 is the first levels where I think a lot of liquidity is going to be taken care of. Then you have 19, and then you probably have $18, like 18.88. So I think just we sweep this and go fall into this something like this. And Sol, I'm looking for another accumulation here, the way it accumulated previously. Like if you remember, whenever we do have an accumulation, this was beginning of the first cycle of the Sol. So whenever we have an accumulation, another accumulation, and then you have a top, then dump, accumulation, another accumulation, and then further dump and a bigger accumulation on the Sol. So of course it's going to take some time. It can even go to $12. So if you're buying spots, do remember anywhere from $19 to $12 is where I'm looking for looking to buy Solana, because this is like in my opinion, this whole pump on the Sol was just like a big cycle 1, and we are watching a cycle 2 over here. And if that is the case, then cycle 3 is going to be very big, like what BTC did. Of course, BTC and Ethereum have already gone to the cycle 1 and cycle 2, and Solana is just doing it. So it's a very likely that literally Solana can go, the cycle 3 for the Solana will be somewhere around, 2618, would be like this, and 3618. Don't expect it to happen in next few days or months. Of course, it's gonna take a hell lot of time, maybe even years as well. Like 900 levels is what I'm anticipating for the cycle 3. The next cycle that's gonna take sold to $900, of course. What is going to take, I'm not sure. So basically, buying a lot of soul, anything under $19 is absolutely at the best levels, and it should be great move for you guys too. Even I'm going to buy spots, maybe, I'm just going to keep it for like 1 year, or maybe stack soul for like 1 year and just don't touch it. So that's going to be my investments I'm looking for in Solana ecosystem actually. So let's see on the hard term time frame. Now let's talk about now also let's have a watch on Link. Lots of lot of people literally think that Link is that, but I do think that might possibly at these levels you feel that it is that, because we have literally the best levels on the Link, and this is like a range that we have, similar range that Solana is literally having it. So I think Link is now at the levels where I think this is now entering into another accumulation zone. So it's going now into another big accumulation zone actually. So practically anything under anything under $7, like it literally went to the $5 levels. So this was the best levels for Link to buy in my opinion. Now if you talk about the range that we have, like for example, let me just draw for you. Yep. So practically this is going to be, this was your A, B, and C, and then that's like a big W, X, and Y. But if you look at from the perspective of the fibs for the WXY move, you're going to get it like this. So when we have a deeper correction, definitely you should be looking for 786 and 886. Where is 886? Yeah, perfect. Anywhere inside this box is like buy big and heavily on the Link. In fact, I am going to buy big. So that's like a bigger cycle 2 correction for Link actually. That's like your W, X, and Y. And that's going to be finishing the whole cycle correction for Link. And I do think that, of course, nobody, this is not a, hopium or anything. It's purely based on the technical analysis. And, I'm expecting Link to do something like this. So even if it goes under these levels one more time, I'm just going to buy anything under $5, and it should be looking for some accumulation inside this range for maybe few months, and Link should then literally have a big upside. So I think right now I'll be favoring more Link. If I have to go for, I think Link is really looking ready. So even if it goes to the levels of, let's say 4.8, maybe this is a very nice levels as well, like 4.5 to $4. Let's just assume for an instance. Your targets for Link, in my opinion, the next run is going to be around anywhere from $130 to $180. Of course, it's not going to happen maybe in a day or two or even in a month, but I think the next bull run, the cycle that I'm anticipating is going to be very quick, and definitely it should achieve these levels. Now, these are the targets I'm watching on the Link. So two of my alts, that I'm probably looking for is Sol, Link. Definitely Link is like very near, and I'm just going to start buying spots. Definitely anything under $5 is like a buy. It's like a buy. I mean, yes, definitely I'm buying. Now let's talk about DOT as well. I'm just DOT also I'm looking for a long-term investment, and the plan was to go inside this green box. As I've already mentioned, we went really to the 7.29. I'm expecting a push up from there, and that's exactly what we are looking for, $12 to something, and then further dump down. So I'm anticipating one more wave down on DOT towards this white levels of $5 is amazing levels for DOT, is like just a buy. In my opinion, the ecosystem is really nice. Probably the team is nice, and I'm looking for that they just gonna have a very nice development as well. Looking for this kind of a move on the DOT. I think we had a very nice deviation top over here. So practically we are also having a deviation at the inside. So you want to see some accumulation, and before once we see this accumulation, I'm watching that DOT is going to explode from here to these new highs. So there are few alts that practically look so amazing. One is Solana. Solana is still having a downside move, so it's still pending, but DOT, Link, they are already there. It's like whatever we get from on the sweep of the previous lows, it's just a buy. Start buying on spots, accumulating your long-term bags. That's going to be amazing. And of course, sell all the bags. It's very simple for you guys. If you really don't know where to sell and how to sell, best is draw your fibs from the highs to wherever the bottom would be, and the first level you should be looking for to sell around is 2618, and you sell 2618 and then probably buy again your bag around 1 to 72 levels, and then when you have this 1 to 72 retest done, then you sell your bags 3618. That's how you should play. That's how the bots normally are designed, and that's how they're going to literally play. Well, if you look at the these are few of the alts that I wanted to take in this live stream, guys. And I think, of course, it's gonna everything is gonna drop hard in the next bear market, of course. But this is what I'm anticipating. Yeah, I mean, you just take profits and then exit, take profits and exit, and that's how I'm anticipating for the bull run on the alt season, like what we are mentioning. Remember, the whole top 20 or top 30 coin list is going to get reshuffled. So not necessarily that what we are anticipating that every alts are going to make new all-time highs. No, that's not going to happen. Many alts are still in the bear market. They're going to complete their bear cycle. Many alts are literally have completed its bear cycle, and they will just trigger the biggest bull run. Many alts are in the middle of the bear market. So even if BTC pumps, they are going to dump, and then they're going to start its bull market. So it depends on alts and alts. So various things, it depends. So right now, as we are watching, the BTC is going up on the 15 minutes chart on the Binance, and what we want is these levels, 30,500, 30,600 levels. I'm anticipating maybe the 30,200 is absolutely going to be the nice levels. Like if this is like A, B, and C, so one more down would be nice. Let's say rejection from here, one more down like this, and then up and then down would be amazing on the lower term time frame, guys. Well, if you just go and sweep the highs and go to the levels of 30,700, then you will be not looking for longs here, then you'll be looking for shorts somewhere around this zone. But looking at this kind of a move, A, B, and C, of course this is like A, B, and C, B, and then it's going to have one more move down and then up. So the weekly close across the board is going to be very important. CME already had a very nice close over 30K, so it's amazing. I am expecting the whole market, like perhaps everything, will be most likely to close today's daily above 30K levels, and it's going to give a lot of confidence on the market. 30K levels, in fact, closing above 28,000, practically the range lows, is also very, very nice levels. You just close above, make like weekly look like a deviation, some sort of a nice deviation on the weekly. If it looks something like this, just have a deviation like this, the next candle go one more down and then pump, practically this, like it looks like a deviation, go for some accumulation and then further dump and then up. So that is going to be very amazing. So you just want to see the weekly closing above 28,700, and that is going to be amazing. Honestly, for me, I'm not even bearish, even if it just above close about 28,700. That would look like we got a very nice deviation, the first deviation that we got, and then probably going to get another deviation on the weekly in few weeks time, and probably I think by end of the May or maybe beginning of the June, we should be looking for a full-fledged bull run or a reversal of on this bear market. That's what I'm anticipating, guys. It can even early as well, so let's see. But this is what my plan on the BTC and on the lower some time frame, guys. And SPX, it's very bullish. Don't short any stocks. Even if anybody recommends, it's like I would not recommend to short any stocks. Actually, stocks are going to have any pullback you get, it's like for buying stocks actually. So yep. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining. And the last chart I just missed out was the USD dominance. I think USD dominance is doing 5 waves. So we are in the wave 4 currently, and the wave 4 I'm anticipating to be testing around the levels of 5.86. Even 6% is a very nice levels. So I'm anticipating on the lower term time frame, that USD dominance is going to test like the levels of 5.9 to 6% levels, and from there we can have a nice reversal. Now that reversal can be like, this is like A, B, and C, or the reversal can be that this is like a WXY move, and we're just going to have one more push upside, come back down for the wave 4, and one more push, and then probably go for like a big dump. So we just have a nice distributive top on the USD dominance, and the big bull run comes. So basically the red box is absolutely going to be, in my opinion, the top for the USD dominance, which is somewhere between 7.5 to 8.4%. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining, and if you would like to support me and my channel, do trade on on the Bybit using my referral link, deposit the funds, and it's a very nice platform as well. I mostly trade on the Bybit. Well, thank you so much, and if you also would like to be part of the regular live sessions, you can join Walsh Wealth Group. Links is mentioned in the description. Thank you so much guys, have a nice weekend and have a nice day. Bye bye.